Return of the Big Cat is a Disney film from 1974. This originally aired as part of The Wonderful World of Disney, and I was looking forward to this because I love big cats. And then I learned what the narrative was, and it became a very uncomfortable experience. There's nothing wrong with the film, but it's also very awkward if you're a fan of big cats. And based on the title, it's going to attract an audience who like big cats. And I will explain what I mean by this without giving anything away. This was released in 1974. It's directed by Tim Leetch. It's written by Lou Dietz and Herman Groves. And we have a cast including Jeremy Slate, Pat Crowley, David Wayne, Christian Juttner, Kim Richards, Geoff East, and various others. And it is about a big cat. It's about a cougar. And I will say as well, I did think it sounded like a sequel, but it makes sense why it's called Return of the Big Cat when you watch it. Because, well, very briefly, to give a tiny bit of the backstory, something happened with a cougar, and now a boy called Josh wants to get revenge against said cougar because the cougar has returned. And it's set in the 1890s, and it's all about Josh and his family against this cougar. And I completely, again, without spoiling anything, I completely understand the motivation, but I also love big cats. And we do get to see a lot of the cougar. So if you're looking for a film where you get to enjoy a big cat, absolutely that's the case. So, so beautiful. Really lovely to look at. The footage there is absolutely gorgeous. And in general, it's well executed. The pacing is okay, it's not amazing, but it's not too bad. The characters are well written. As I said, I believe their motivations, I believe their actions. The performances are very good. The camera work's good. As a film, it is absolutely fine. But as a narrative, I detest it. I wanted to watch this as the title lured me in as a fan of big cats. And then I realised it's about trying to hunt this big cat, and I hate it, and it's really uncomfortable. So it's a little bit awkward because the audience it's going to attract is kind of the audience who shouldn't be watching this because it's not a pleasant experience. So it's really, really uncomfortable, but also it's a good film. So if you don't care about big cats, but you want to watch a film about a big cat, the audience here, I think, is very unclear. Because if you're a fan of big cats, you're not going to enjoy the premise. If you don't like big cats, I don't really think you're going to care about this because we do get to see a lot of the big cat. It is, for the most part, a lot of the focus. So I don't really think there's an audience for this. Unless you're in the middle and you're not really a fan of big cats, but you don't hate them, then yeah, maybe you're the target audience. But I imagine a lot of people have a strong, maybe not actually, I don't know. Let me know if you don't have a strong opinion about big cats. Because I love them, I kind of just assume that everybody either loves or hates them, as of course is the case here. We see characters who very much hate the cougar. But for me, I sat through it and we got some beautiful footage of the cougar, and everything about the film was delivered in a way as I believe was intended. I think the film is exactly what they wanted it to be in terms of the narrative development, the character writing, the performances, the visual quality. It's all there. But watching a cougar being hunted for kill for an hour and a half, it's not great. And if you don't like big cats, I don't think you'll care for it either. So not entirely sure who the audience is. I guess if you're curious, check it out. As a film, it's not bad. But as a concept, I hate it. So unfortunately, I can't recommend it to most. If you don't care for big cats, I don't recommend it. If you like big cats, I don't recommend it. If you're completely indifferent and you just want something on as background company, maybe, just maybe, you could be the target audience and it might be worth watching in that case. Of course, the alternative is that if you are a fan of big cats and you just want to see some footage of big cats, absolutely you can check it out to look at the cougar, maybe without the sound on and just jumping through scenes to see the cougar, but to actually sit down and watch it and try to enjoy it. There are very few people to whom I would recommend this. Return of the Big Cat, I just don't think was a very good idea.